hate sales. You think it's sleazy, it's disgusting, it's manipulative. Oh my God, all these people that just want to sell, and encourage consumerism and capitalism and blah, 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 blah. But here's the thing. You, my friend, are missing a very key reframe that I am about to give you. Because if you hate sales so much, I'm sorry to say, but you will never be able to grow your business to the point where you want to grow it. Be it because you are craving financial freedom, safety, abundance, or be it because you want to impact the world, knowing that both actually go hand in hand. So, my dear friends, grab your notebooks or your MacBooks and let's do this. Class is in session. This one is going to be a very fun one because we are going to be talking all about selling. And there is this thing in the spiritual community, in the conscious world, where somehow, somewhere across the lines, we have associated selling, money, business with, I don't know, like being sleazy, with wrong, with evil, with greed, with all these like negative feelings and emotions or just like negative things, where in reality, selling is actually being at service. Yep, you've heard me correctly. When you are selling, you are being at service. And the really like negative thing, if you want to go there, because we all know that negative and positive do not really exist beyond this human illusion. If you want to go there, you being a disservice is you not showing up, not being visible, not talking, voicing your services, your transformation, what you have to offer to the world. Because let's face it, we live in a world where, well, we agreed to exchange services for money. We agreed to exchange energy, okay? And yes, you can say, well, I could potentially exchange one session of breath work for one session of energy healing, or like one session of breath work for a free dinner somewhere. Yeah, you could do that. There are probably certain communities that allow you to do that. But let's face it, people. The world we live in is inviting you to accept and embody the human tools that we, yes, you as well, agreed to work with, to embody when you decided to reincarnate here on Earth. And if you are watching this video, if you resonate with the whole spirituality side of things, you understand what reincarnation is, and you understand that when we come into this earth, we agree, we sign a soul contract, a contract that, well, gives us access to this material reality. So as part of our spiritual evolution, we must master the tools of humanness, of the human life. That's literally what you agreed on, and you can like reject it as much as you want. You can fight it as much as you want. That's the truth. And as long as you're not accepting it, you will struggle. You will struggle with your business. You will struggle with your life. You will struggle with your finances. You might struggle with your relationships as well. And I'm sorry, but like, struggling is so overrated. That was so 2002. Like, what the fuck? You did not come here to grow through struggle. You came here to grow through joy. And if growing through joy means accepting certain things that you have previously reframed or previously framed as evil, now reframing into neutral. You don't even have to say selling is good. You just say, well, selling is a tool. Oops. My earring, which is a tiger eye, by the way, agrees with us, okay? you can simply reframe selling as a tool, a neutral tool. You don't have to start by loving it. I think that loving it is an incredible end goal, because then you do something like from this unconditional love energy and it just radiates everywhere. But you can start by thinking of it, okay, sales is just this neutral tool that I can use to be at service. Because that is the truth. If you offer something that you truly, wholeheartedly believe in, then I'm sorry to say, but it is your duty to put yourself out there, because you did not come here to play small. It is your duty to sell that. And you know what? We often think about selling in terms of, exchanging a service for money or exchanging a product for money, but that's not true. We are constantly selling ourselves. Like, even if you want to grow an audience and just make an impact, say, like, without monetizing any of it, you need to sell yourself. You need to learn how to sell yourself. It is an art. It is the art of selling. It is the art of communicating. It is the art of putting yourself out there. It is the art of gathering a crowd around your ideas. And the truth is, the best salesmen and saleswomen are the ones who end up changing the world. And I know that we talk a lot about visionaries, but what is a visionary? A successful visionary, like Steve Jobs, for example. It is someone that has mastered the art of storytelling, but also the art of sales. And no one really talks about that. Steve Jobs is a master salesman, but because he does it in a way that feels like very creative, very out of the blue, out of the box, you don't see it as sales. Because when you think about sales, we often think about this like sleazy cars salesman, that just like want to sell you this car at all costs. But that's not what it is. The truth is, sales is the art of storytelling. It's the art of communicating. It's the art of eloquence. It's the art of vision, of grounding your vision into this earth. Because what does a visionary do? They basically put out a vision. Well, first, they see that vision themselves. They put it out into the ether, and then they bridge that gap through communication, through art. Yes, through art, through communication, through art, through storytelling, through sales. And they bring it into life. There is an exchange of energy. In order to create what you envision, you need to have people rallying behind you. And the people rally behind you when you sell them that vision. Like, if you're hiding in your shell, in your house, waiting for people to find you, waiting for people to beg you, please, like, can I pay you to help me with this? Like, I don't even know what you do. You're not inspiring me like confidence. You're not inspiring me to come and talk with you if you are hiding in your room, if you're hiding in your house, thinking that you are above putting yourself out there or above selling yourself. I'm not gonna come and work with you. I want someone that believes so much in themselves that they are willing to put themselves out there, that they are willing to face criticism, to face judgment, that they are willing to brave their fears just because they believe so much in what they do and in what they have to offer. They believe that I deserve to see it. And that's the truth. Like, if you do not believe in that, if you believe that you are above sales, that, putting yourself out there, and that's another topic, obviously, then I'm sorry to say, but you will never make it. Like, you might make it in different ways, but you won't make it building your own business, because the whole foundation of building your business is selling. And trust me that I know what I'm saying, because for so many years, when I was building my businesses, I refused to sell. And I remember sitting with one of my mentors very early on when I was building one of my first startups and reviewing my pitch deck, because I was going to go and sell to investors. That was also like selling, right? Like, you don't think of it as selling, but it was. And whenever we would come to the slide about the ask, when I would say like, we're raising X amount of money for X amount of shares, I would just freeze. And he stopped me and he was like, Maya, why the fuck are you freezing whenever we come into talking about money? You're like so good at pitching the whole thing. And then when you are about, like closing the deal, you just freeze. And I said, well, I don't really like sales. I don't really like to sell this. And he was like, you've been selling the whole time. If you think that selling is just asking for money in return for your service, you're getting it completely wrong. And this is where I saw it. That's true. I am selling, I'm continuously selling through what I put out there, through me explaining the problem, through me explaining the transformation, explaining the product. This is all sales. The bit where you actually ask people for money, or where you actually like present your price or the investment or whatever, is just a tiny bit. And this is where a lot of people get it wrong. And this is why a lot of people freeze, is because they think that selling is just giving your price in exchange for the service. It's not. It's the whole process. So it's really about you embracing selling as being at service to yourself by putting yourself out there, and being at service to the world around you by allowing them to access your services, to know about your services, and to access them. So this is really what it is about. And obviously there are some more like practical tips and tricks that you can do, like when you are building your spiritual business or your holistic practice, your coaching business. There are two main ways of selling, and these I break down very specifically inside the Magic Business Blueprint, which you can find in the description below. But basically, you will be selling through two ways. First is outreach, direct outreach. And I don't really like the cold outreach, but I always say that your first customers are within your immediate network. And I will create another video to just break this down specifically for you. But again, it is all inside the Magic Business Blueprint. And that's like the art of understanding these people, having a conversation with them, and then presenting your offer at the right moment. And the second one is really through content. And this is the art of storytelling, value creation that compounds over time. It is the less direct, it is the less it is the less fast, but it is a great engine to hone into that creates a lot of momentum. And again, it's about the art of value creation, the art of communication. And it's really not about just putting yourself on Instagram or like sending an email whenever you have something to sell. That's why you're not selling, like literally. And that's what a lot of you are doing. You just think of content creation as, oh, I'm just going to put myself out there when I have an offer. I'm just going to like send this email when I have an offer. No, it doesn't work like that. So I will be breaking down the art of content in another video as well. But in the meantime, if you want to learn more on how to exactly package and sell your offerings, then grab the Magic Business Blueprint below. And I will see you on the next video, my friends. Bisous.